Do a nice easy seat. Whatever feels more comfortable. Feels more comfortable to have your hands palms down or palms open on the knees. Let your body intuitively guide you towards what it needs. And let's just start to gently move through the neck to connect to the breath. If it feels comfortable to roll the head around, go ahead and do so. If not, just drop to the center, drop over to an ear. Just kind of play with what works for you. Tune in a little bit to how your cervical spine is feeling. Start to feel your breath connect all the way into the belly. As you lift the chin up, inhaling to feel that stretch in the front of the throat. Beautiful. Let's just take the right arm up and over. Find the lower occipital ridge, the little bump underneath your ear, and gently lift it up, away from the shoulder. And then let's take the left hand out to the side, walk your fingers away. So you're really stretching that side of the neck as long as you can, as far as you can. And feel that stretch all the way down the length of your arm. Breathe into that space. Good, and then flex at your wrist, pressing your palm away. Really press out. Beautiful. Let's stretch all the way down into the palm of the hand. Let's do the same on the other side. Inhaling up and overhead, finding the lower occipital ridge, gentle lift up. Breathing into the side of the neck, feeling that stretch, feeling that space. And then walking the fingers away. Feeling the space between your ear and your shoulder lengthening. And lifting the fingers, flexing at the wrist, pressing out through your palm. Beautiful. Depending on how tight those nerves are, they could be a pretty intense stretch. Next, gently through the shoulder. Let's start to move through the rest of the spine. Inhaling as we bring the heart forward, exhaling as you move back and around through seated hip circles. Really feel the expansion of the belly now as you open up at the diaphragm, bringing the heart forward, stretching into the belly. Go as slow or as fast as you feel comfortable. Feeling into the hips and the low back, really just stirring up some energy. Moving our organs around, giving everybody a nice little massage or good morning. Let's bring it back to center. Switch to crisscross of your legs. And take those circles back in the opposite direction. Into all those spaces. If you feel anything that's restrictive or tense, try to press a little bit deeper with your breath and press into that space. Excellent. Let's come back into center. Let's just take one more warm up, seated cat-cow. This time definitely palms down on the knees, really hold on to the knees. Inhale to lift your heart open. Exhale, let your spine round. So flexing and extending the spine. Feel your shoulders squeeze back and then let them roll forward. So you're feeling a lot of movement in your thoracic spine, from sitting up really tall on your sitting bones to letting yourself roll back between the sitting bones and the tailbone. You can really lift and dip the chin if that's comfortable for your neck, or keep your head more neutral and level. Breathe it in, push it out. Breathe it in, push it out. You should definitely hear your breath. Beautiful. One more time. Big inhale up. Lift everything up. Draw up through your body and maintain the breath at the top. Beautiful. Exhale, let everything out. Roll back. Maintain the breath out. Pull the navel back towards the spine. And inhale back to neutral. Go ahead and turn the palms up and just sit for a moment. Breathing deep into the belly. Feeling it into the warmth that you created in your spine, in your abdomen. Maybe up into the heart. Just getting all that energy moving and flowing this morning. Let's take our hands up to the heart and start to rub the palms together. Calling in intention. Go ahead and bring those hands nice and steady at your heart 3 times on your inhale. Repeat your intention. Beautiful. Interlacing our fingers, press the palms away. Deep inhale as you rise. And exhale, sending that intention out, allowing yourself to be surrounded in that space. 2 more. Excellent. Very nice. Bring ourselves up onto our knees. If you want to take a little wiggle for your ankles real quick and your toes, and then we're going to sit back into hero's pose. If it's uncomfortable to sit all the way down onto the ankles, you can take a block between your feet and have your weight setting on the block instead of on the heels or on the feet. So let's bring in the strap. This one is really, really long, so I'm going to double it up in half because I don't need this much length. And I'm even going to roll it around my hands so that it's a little shorter yet. So I'm just bringing the strap to just wider than my shoulders, but you can feel into whatever width is best appropriate. Let's bring ourselves up into kneeling, taking that strap back, stretching into the chest, and then exhale back down to hero's pose. Inhale it up, exhale down. And just move with your breath, opening up the chest and shoulders, lifting and setting back down. Beautiful. If you're wide enough, if you want to come up and pull down into cactus, and then come back up and down. Big exhale on cactus. Now notice your low back, tucking your sitting bones to the backs of your knees, just as you would if you were heading towards camel. Beautiful. Just one more up overhead and come back down. Let's go up and over the rainbow, dropping one hand down. Nice big side body stretch. Back to center. Work with the rhythm of your breath. Look where you're going. Maybe look to that hand that's going low. Up and over the rainbow. Beautiful. Try to let the torso extend as well. Do not just move it through the arms. Getting that nice big stretch through the whole body. Take one more to each side. Are we starting to feel the quads? Maybe. Beautiful. Let's extend the right leg right up to the side. So totally just lateral extension. Foot solid down. Inhale, both arms up and over. And then let that right arm be heavy. Peel back the left shoulder. Let nice big stretch to the left side body. Really power up the right leg and truly just let your right arm hang. So all that weight is what's facilitating that stretch through your left side. Beautiful. Come back to center. Step that right foot forward. So we're in a low lunge position. Inhale the arms nice and far back. Exhale, come into a nice hamstring stretch. Keep your strap taut. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Definitely probably need a little knee cushion for this one, so if you haven't had it yet, grab it in. Flexing the toes up to the sky in the hamstring stretch. And again, working into our chest and shoulders. Beautiful, one more time. Excellent. Good. Take our left foot out to the side. Up and overhead. And then let the left arm be heavy as we stretch through those right ribs. Peeling the right shoulder back. Strong through the left leg. Feel that stability. Muscles are waking up, so you might be shaking a little bit. That's great. But feel where you're breathing. Feel the depth of your breath. Feel the depth of the breath past your ribs. Stretching your diaphragm, stretching into the side of the body, stretching down into the waist. Good. Back to center. Stepping the left foot forward. Low lunge. And sit back, hamstring stretch. Flexing the toes up as you sink back. Opening up the chest and shoulders as you come forward. Beautiful. Very nice. Give it 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release the strap. Nice job. Come into tabletop. Just go ahead and drop the left shoulder all the way down. Come into puppy twist. Big exhale. Feeling that space in your low back, your iliosacral joints, your lumbar spine. Awesome. Go ahead and switch sides. Using each round of breath to fill up, create space and openness, and then melt into that space. Awesome. Beautiful. Let's bring ourselves up to down dog. Shake it out a little bit on your neck. Shake your tail a little bit. You start to feel into your body. Think about your biceps rolling forward. Your elbows and triceps rolling back. That's all adjustments in your shoulders, nothing to do with your hand placement. Beautiful. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, halfway rise, pressing into the shin bones, drawing the heart forward. Exhale, full fold. Inhale all the way up. Lift the heart. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Beautiful. Walk yourself back out to plank pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, down dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, rise it up. Lifting the heart open, take that little bit of back bend. You've got a lot of space that you've already opened up. Exhale into your fold. Lengthen the spine before starting to walk back to plank. Exhale as you lower. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale, down dog. Good. One more time. Walk back to your feet. As you get back here, bring the toes together. Inhale, lengthen your spine, press up into your shin. Again, bring it up. Nice, lifting the heart. Exhaling to fold. Starting with a nice flat back, we go to walk out to plank pose. Here the feet step back to hips width. Lower, leading with your heart, whether that happens from your tiptoes or your knees. Come back to meeting down dog. Beautiful. Good. Inhaling the right heel high to the sky. Exhale, float those right toes forward, right between the hands. Let's take just a little rock and roll here in our high lunge. That, again, because we did all those low lunges and hamstrings, it should feel pretty open, but if it's still pretty tight, bring in blocks, give yourself more space. And just modify the range. One more time. Beautiful. And then line yourself up. Let's rise to Crescent Lunge. Releasing the shoulders. Strong and steady here. Interlace the fingers. Let's open the heart. Lift the chin if you can. You can maintain your balance. We're looking up. Beautiful. Come forward with the torso. Let your arms swing back like wings and lift to warrior three. Beautiful. Hinge to single leg balance. Extend that left leg forward. Support if you need, but if you can keep that leg right up straight, do it. Bring the arms up. Nice. Exhale, lower your toes together. And chair pose. Tuck the tail. Dropping the shoulders. Scoop up the belly. Great. Let's twist. Exhale, hands to heart. Left elbow outside the right knee. Connect if you can. And then press. Bring your hands right back to the center of the sternum. Sink the hips a little lower. Maintaining the twist. Step the left foot all the way back, coming into a crescent lunge twist. You need to unravel, step to crescent, and re-engage the twist. Would be an option as well. Good. If you want to deepen your twist here, extending the arms ground to sky. Modified hand would be inside the
Beautiful. Unravel, take one more breath up to Crescent Lunge. And exhale all the way down to plank. Let's float through vinyasa. And back to down dog. Relax your back. Check in with your shoulders. Check in with where your biceps are, your triceps, and rolling open. Rolling open across your upper back and releasing all of this. It's really tight and tense and it rolls open. It's not from the hands, it's from the shoulders. Let's go left side. Inhale, left heel up high. Roll forward as you float those toes right between the hands. And let's rock and roll back and forth. Think about bringing the heart forward, dropping the shoulders, broadening your collarbones as you pull forward. Notice all the range you have because of those good warm-ups. Beautiful. Rising up, Crescent Lunge. Take the arms all the way back. Stretch open the chest. Check in with your breath. Opening up the diaphragm, feeling the expansion in the belly. Beautiful. Releasing our hands down. Wide, low wings. Rise up, warrior three. Beautiful. Hinging up to single leg balance. Sending that right foot straight forward. This comes up from the core. Beautiful. Gently lower. Big toes together. Lift up. Chair pose. Tuck the tail, bring up the core. Beautiful, a little bit lower, hands to heart. And into our twist, right elbow connecting outside the left. Breathing into the low back. Again, feeling that twist into our internal organs. Bringing them out, detoxifying. Beautiful. Right foot gently steps back. Coming to our Crescent Lunge. Staying in the twist if you're able. And then deepening the twist also if you're able. Beautiful. Unravel that twist. Take one more breath up in Crescent Lunge. And exhale down through your vinyasa. Beautiful. Down dog. Got a very slippery mat today. Finger on it. We'll not do that again. Let's go right heel high to the sky. Floating forward, coming up warrior one. Peel in that left hip. Bring yourself square to the front of the mat. Let's stretch into these shoulders. We've got them nice and warm. Left arm will stay up, right arm under. Go for your fingers. If you can't quite get the fingers, grab a strap or towel for the back of the shirt. Lift the heart open, press the back of your head up into your upper arm. Good. Exhale, humble warrior. Beautiful. Inhale, rise. Release your arms, open to warrior two. Rock the shoulders. Lengthen out your stride. Reverse warrior. Pause here for a couple rounds of breath. Beautiful. Coming back to warrior two. Give yourself a gentle lift to half moon. Beautiful. Close your hips to the ground, warrior three. Beautiful. Dropping our hands, standing split. Gently dropping that left heel, coming into pyramid pose. Heel to heel alignment, back foot at a diagonal. Scissor in the inner thighs. So your hips are nice and level and square. Inhale to lengthen the spine, heart comes forward. Exhale to allow the chest and the head to sink forward and down. Do that a couple times, breathing into it. Leveling and lengthening. Hands could certainly be on blocks right here if you need a little more space. Beautiful. Let's revolve. Let's go ahead and take our right arm up to the sky. Revolve triangle. Beautiful. Notice your ground to sky extension, and that's caused by the rotation in your torso. Beautiful. Nice. Good. Coming over to the side, both hands out here to the right. And then let yourself really revolve right into Gobukasana. Come on now. Take the seat. Right leg is over left. Arms out wide. Go into a nice tall twist, twisting to your right. Beautiful. Come to center. Square the hips even more and roll down. Lay your heart right over the top thigh. Maybe your chin to your top knee. Beautiful. More amazing compression for the abdomen with detox and elimination. Let's bring the heart up, coming into boat pose. Heart up, shins parallel to the ground or higher. Beautiful. From here, maintain this or let yourself lengthen all the way down onto your back and rise back up. So variation one, variation two. Slow and steady, you're not using momentum. Focus on not using your hip flexors, but truly using the strength of your core. Give yourself a few more. Beautiful. And then go ahead and support behind the knee. Roll like a ball. Rock and roll. Do a little iliosacral adjustment with that one. That was great. Beautiful. So from this rolling like a ball, we're gonna roll right over our feet to our hands to pop back to chaturanga. See it. Or something like it, right? Yes. Beautiful. Just like that, you flipped over. Nice job. Back to down dog. Take a couple breaths, shake it out. And then let's go ahead and take our left heel high to the sky. Float the left toes forward. Landing our right heel, we're gonna rise up to warrior one. Peel the right hip forward. Feel yourself anchored really strong through both feet. And then right arm's gonna stay up as left arm goes under. Connecting the hands, using a strap, and the back of the shirt. Feel the anchor of your right foot. Feel how it's spinning out against the ground. Moving that right foot in a slightly clockwise direction, the energy clockwise on the right foot. One more breath here, opening the chest and exhale into humble warrior. Keeping our arms bound. Still really using the right foot. Leveling our hips, straightening our hips. Using the power of your core. Beautiful. Bring it up. Unravel. Open it up to warrior two. Nice job. Palms down, maybe those shoulders can just sit down. Inhaling back to reverse warrior, pause. Still breathing, find more extension, more space to breathe into. Good, coming up, gentle lift to half moon. Lifting strong through both sides of the torso. Using that back leg, pressing into the wall far behind you. Using it for strength and stability. Good, and swivel the hips to bring the hips facing the ground, coming into warrior three. And standing split. Letting that right heel nice and high. Maybe sending out through the foot. Beautiful. I like to bend into the forward knee as I line up my heels. Now, if it feels better to you, come up, line your heels, line your hips, and fold back in. That's an option. Depending on probably flexibility. And then once you're there, you start with blocks to start adjusting the weight of the feet. So if you notice, a lot of weight is in your back foot, and the right hip is way higher. You're gonna hold the right hip forward. The hips. Now the weight's more even on the feet. Lengthening out the spine. Exhale to sink in. Moving with that breath. Beautiful. And then let's take our twist, our revolve, triangle pose. Feel the length in your spine, your ribs lifting away from the hips, the length in that torso. Space you're creating with the inhales. Everything you're flushing out with your exhales, being really conscious of getting those exhales out, getting anything stagnant out on those exhales. Beautiful. Back to center. Further into that rotation, both hands on the ground on the left side of your left foot. Lengthen the spine. This is deep into the left IT band, all the way into the hip. You might feel this all the way out into your calf and some little stabilizer muscles down in the lower leg. Good. And then up onto the tippy toes, spin it, and sit down. This time, right leg is under left. Bringing the hips level. If you can't quite get all the way down to your seat, bring your seat up on blocks. Arms out nice and wide, twisting to the left towards your top leg. Tall twist. Left hand rooted right behind your seat. So if you're on blocks, left hand also needs to be on the block because you've changed that angle. Still pumping out the breath, pressing it out. Beautiful, back to center. Even a seated posture like that, still very dynamic and very active. You're engaged, you're present, everything is alive. Even here, we've got this massive, awesome compression right now in our descending colon. These abdominal twists and pressures, so good for digestion and elimination. Beautiful. Come on to your seat, unravel, come back to both. This time grab 2 blocks. Let's start with 1 block between the shin bones. And we'll take our other block in our hands. If you don't have to, just go with the one between the shins. We're just going to twist side to side. Gently paddling the boat. So every time I do this, I go to a trip I took to the Kenai Peninsula of Alaska. And I'm gently paddling a kayak in these beautiful waters just outside off of the Homer Spit across the way. And there's tons of bald eagles and this amazing bright orange starfish. So bring the heart up nice and high. I mean, like hundreds of bald eagles. Really cool. Beautiful. Nice job. Extra legs, right? Good. Let's go ahead and roll down onto the back. Roll like a ball. So really feel into that. Go all the way up onto your shoulder blades if it's comfortable too. We'll bring ourselves into a little shoulder stand. Beautiful. So roll back gently, roll your back, and then lift those feet back, come into plow pose. All this should feel fairly accessible due to all those warm-ups. Hands to the low back, chin stays looking up to the sky, eyes up to the toes, and beyond. So that weight is on your shoulders and your upper arms, all the way down to the elbows, not on your neck at all. You can play with the legs if you want. One, around, move upside down, pedaling. More stagnation that we're getting rid of. Any stagnant energy in the lower legs. All that new blood pooling there, coming back up into our heart and lungs, reoxygenating and recirculating. But coming back down, hug the knees up towards the ears. Release the hands, come down with the hips. Keep your head on the ground. Let's just bend the knees with the feet flat on the floor. And gently let the knees come in towards each other. Just breathe here for a few moments. Nice. Bring the feet neutral. Grab one block, place it between the knees. And lift up into bridge pose. So start feet just beyond where your fingertips can reach, never at hips width. And then peel your shoulders back so your heart is lifted. So I want to get a lot of lift in the thoracic spine. Squeezing the shoulders back just a little further yet. So you can interlace your fingers and press the outer ridges, the outer sides of your pinky fingers down into the ground. Again, lift the thoracic spine, waking up your hamstrings. So then the energy is not pressing out through your feet, it's actually pulling back, as if you're in an isometric hamstring curl against the ground. And that's lots of little bits to think about, but just do a quick check in with an area that you may struggle with. Now let's bring our attention to our breath skimming across the back of the throat. And really focus on Ujjayi breath. Make that seashell sound, metering the breath as it comes in and out, slowing it down, slowing the flow. Letting the belly rise and slowly deflate. Notice any little adjustments you might need to make, taking your sitting bones to aim them towards the backs of the knees. Beautiful. Let's slowly release down. And then remove the block. Take the feet wide again, as wide as your mat, and let both knees fall over to the right. Arms can come out like a T, palms up to the sky to help you stabilize. Big exhale. Just not right in. Good. Come up to the center and let both legs fall to the other side. So the feet are wide. You got this wide stagger in the legs. So notice if that's what happened. Good. Bring it back to center. Let's bring our feet back neutral. Now, if you want to take it up into a wheel pose, you're more than welcome to bring the hands under and lift up to wheel. If you're not going into wheel today, grab your block and go into a restorative bridge. Or do a little bit of both or something in the middle. It's all open. It's all open. Good. For restorative bridge, your block is right behind your sacrum. Yeah, exactly. Not too high. It's not in the lumbar spine. It's on the bony back of the hips. Let's see if my back wants to open up today. I'm not sure we can see. Give it a shot. Gorgeous. With restorative, if you're there, just notice the decompression between your lumbar vertebrae. If you're up in your wheel, focus on your knees being directly out from the hips with a little energy, rolling the inner thighs back in towards one another. Feel that awesome stretch through the chest in wheel pose. It's almost hard to breathe, right? So we're gonna press that breath down into the belly. Good. From your restorative bridge, go ahead and bring yourself back down to the ground. Hug the knees up into the chest. And slowly just roll some very gentle circles over the low back. Rock it side to side. Good. Arms out like a T. Knees up over the hips. Arms out like a T. Gently take yourself into the shoulders. Ooh, I see some bonus extension there. Good. A little extra core work. Beautiful. Good. Bring it back in the center. Give the knees a nice little hug. Take the knees up underneath the armpits. And then take the soles of the feet up to the sky. Baby. Really just allowing your shoulders to relax here. And that's all you need to facilitate the stretch. Just letting your arms be heavy. The gently stretch. I'm going to take a second if you need any final twists. I'm going to twist again and take a moment, finish out any extra poses you need. Maybe you need a little extra hamstring stretch. Do that one, whatever it is you need. And then we'll go ahead and rest into Shavasana. Go ahead and lay out all the way up the back. Relaxing your shoulders down. Imagine that you've got the chest into the ground. Feel your low back and lengthen out low back a little bit. So a little bit of a tuck, just a tiny tuck, so that you can lengthen out that lumbar spine. Allow your palms to be up and open. Allow yourself to be open to all the opportunities that have in store for you. And as you settle into complete stillness, gently scan down the crown of your head, all the way down to every muscle in the body. Noticing if there's anything that's still gripping, holding on to tension. Just gently give it permission to let go.
down to fingertips. All the way down through belly, hips. Go inside, go into those organs. This is your virtual tour of your own body. All the way down the legs. Pay special attention to your knee joints. The soles of the feet. Let's visualize our breath coming in from the crown of our head. And as you inhale, visualize that breath coming in as light. And pull that light in from the crown of the head, pull it into the body. And as you exhale, flush it out through the soles of your feet and down through your fingertips. And continue to breathe like that, breathing in the light through the crown of your head and flushing that light all the way down the soles of your feet. Time for exhale. Let the light fill you up. Flush it out. Flushing with it anything stagnant, anything that you just released, anything that was holding on. You can let go of. Just feel how much lighter you feel right now. Flowing here on the floor. Beautiful. When you're ready to, take your time. Go ahead and wiggle the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists. Maybe take the arms up overhead and do a big full body stretch. Maybe stretch one leg longer than the other, wiggling at the hips. Take a knee up, squeeze it up to your shoulder, maybe across the top of the shoulder. Just kind of find a nice little stretch pattern that works. You bring everything back, big body back up. Eventually, we'll make our way back up to seated. Once you get back up to your seat, sit up nice and tall. Open the palms up onto the hand. Palms up on the knees. Just feel the breath into the belly. Feel all that open space, all those open channels created. You feel into the electric current running through your body so freely. Most tingly. We'll take our hands up to heart center. 3 times, repeat your intention on inhale. And take a moment to send out
little extra love and encouragement today. And take a moment to invite extra love and encouragement back in. Well, namaste.